Salute, 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 twins. Y'all already know what it is, man. Lions and men on deck. I'm out here just taking a nice little walk. And yesterday I was going over the live that I did. Salute to everybody that was showing love on that live yesterday. I was going to touch on a situation, right, that took place in Clinton, and I ended up speaking on something else, like the Razor situation, the dude Razor that I ended up bumping heads with, and everything that took place like in the Beacon when I got sent to the annex and everything. You know, that conversation leads to a whole nother story too. Because when I got to the annex, it was a lot of Latin King niggas there that was hiding. You feel me? To me, the annex was almost like protective custody, to be honest with you. Because ain't nothing was popping over there, you feel me? Everything was in the projects. That's where the Bloods was at. And there was a lot of kings that I exposed when I was in 8 block. In 8 block in the Beacon that was in the annex. So they tried to form Voltron on the twin, try to make me look like I was a bad out-of-pocket nigga rocking with the Bloods and all this other shit. And that's a whole nother story. But what I'm gonna get into now, is gonna be about Nitty. So Nitty is a blood dude, right? He initially, I knew him from the streets. He Puerto Rican, wild short nigga, official dog. So Nitty, he from the X. I knew him from the town. At one point, he was about to turn king. He didn't. Him and his brother, I know both of them. So what happens is, Nitty, I bump heads with him on the island going to court. So it wasn't on the island, it was going to court. I bump heads with him going to court, right? So when our paths cross is when I find out this nigga blood. And at this time, I'm king and we at war. So when we see each other, it's like, yo, oh shit, what up, my nigga? Dapping it up and all that. But then, I'm like hearing this nigga talk close like some other homies. I'm like, nigga, you blood? He's like, yeah. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? You fucking crazy? He's like, nah, true Lord. Like, so we had a whole big conversation. Know what I'm saying? And we was chopping it up. And because I rock with him from the streets, and I knew him from the town, I didn't hold it against him. You feel me? I still kept the same love, loyalty that I had for him before, presently, you feel me? So basically, me and him, like, it was what it was. I wasn't popping on him, he wasn't popping on me. It was all love. So niggas knew I was king though. He blood. So dudes is like some of the homies that end up coming through. They try to tell this nigga like, yo, you with this Iridic nigga? And he's like, nah, listen, he gave the same type of time I gave, right? Like, ain't nothing popping, that's my nigga type shit, you feel me? So I respected that, you feel me? So after that, I ain't see him again, like, for years. It was that one time. His government name is David. I'll say David. It's Dave. I forgot his brother's name. But anyway, it was that one time. And I ain't see him again for years, right? I'm talking about years. So now here we go. Years down the road, right? I'm in Clinton Correctional Facility. That jail was grimy as fuck. The bros was grimy as fuck. Some of them was real. Some of them was fake. Some of them niggas was just straight dope fiends. Some of these niggas just... It was just down to be down. It was weird as fuck. Like I ain't like that castle, but I still did me and I planted that flag, right? So check it out. This nigga Nitty come through, right? So I see the nigga in the yard. I'm like, yo, hold on, that's my son. Look at this nigga. So I go down there, I tell nigga like, yo, hold on, I see my man, one of my peoples. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all. I go run down on the nigga like, yo, what up? He like, oh shit, you know what up? So we chop it up. He's like, yo, I got beef. I'm like, what you mean, with who? He's like, with my homies. I'm like, what the fuck you mean with your homies? Because he's still blood at the time, but he ended up bumping heads with some other blood nigga. Because, you know, when he was Spanish, like I said. So when you Spanish and you blood, a lot of homies wasn't feeling that shit in the beginning. You feel me? So you had to like put in a lot of more work, and sometimes you was always just looked at as suspect. You feel me? So he ended up bumping heads with one of his homies, right? And these niggas went gun to gun, and they both touch each other, but nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they both touched each other, they both got touched, but it was nothing crazy. So now he hasn't seen this dude until he just touched down now in Clinton. So now he in Clinton, and he like, yo, listen, I just seen this nigga in the mess hall, and he seen me, he told me to come to the yard. Now, while he's telling me all of this shit, that kid ain't get to touch the yard yet. The homie he talking about, I know. So I'm like, yeah, he a loose cannon. I heard about him. I even seen him make a movie in the yard already. So I can see that my son is a little nervous. You know what I mean? He ain't never been doing max before. They sent him over there. He wasn't even doing max time. They sent him to Clinton, and he was doing literally like a 2 to 3 type shit, I think, or a violation. He wasn't even doing no real time like that. So I'm like, yo, listen. He's like, yo, a lot of the homie niggas ain't fucking with me because of that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude is more known than him. And basically what they was trying to do was say that he was out the whip. And meaning that he wasn't blood no more, he out the whip. But my son Liddy was like, nah, fuck that. He was still on his blood shit hard. And I respect it, even though I was like disappointed in the nigga. I respected it, you heard? So I'm like, all right, say less. I got you. You strapped up? He was like, nah, nigga. He literally just got there from Elmira or Auburn from reception, right? So I'm like, yo, say less. I got you. Give me a minute. I dip off, right? I dig out one of my joints. Bros see me digging out one of my guns. They're like, yo, what's up, Chulo? What's going on? I'm like, yo, my nigga got drama with these nigga. They're like, yo, he a bro? I'm like, nah, he my bro. You know what I'm saying? So now the structure, when I say structure, that means like, you know, the big homies, the big bros that's in the house at that time. I mean, in the yard at that time that's running that shit. I ain't had no structure at the time. I literally only been there like a couple of weeks or some shit like that before my son come through. So they like, yo, you can't get involved with nothing that's not king business. If it's not nothing to do with the kings or the bros, it's none of your business, especially with the Bloods. You know that, you know what I'm saying, that we just ended that war, boom, all this other shit, right? Oh shit, hold on. Shit, muddy as fuck over here. So I'm like, yo, fuck all that. I'm like, yo, I'm listening to them and I'm still digging out my shit, strapped up, went to the other spot, took my other joint out, boom, I got 2 picks real quick. And the third crown and the first, and they all talking to me now. I'm like, yo, listen. I'm like, yo, they sending me this day and now, because I'm listening to them and I'm not at the same time. You feel me? Like they talking is going in one ear out the other, because I don't give a fuck what they got to say. I'm not leaving my nigga out there by himself. You feel me? And I knew how the Bloods was giving it up out there. Niggas was grimy as fuck, just like the Kings. Niggas was grimy as fuck in Clinton, man. Niggas ain't had no morals, no ethics. It was like, it was a dog-eat-dog world, you feel me? So I'm like, and this nigga, he's short. He ain't even doing no real time like that. I'm doing numbers still. I still had like 7 years left. So I'm like, nah. It ain't going down like that. So the bros is talking to me. They're like, yo, listen. I say, yo, listen. With all due respect, amor le rey, whatever y'all gonna do with me or how to deal with this situation after the fact, I'm willing to, like, know what I mean, deal with the consequences. But regardless of what any single one of y'all say right now, I am not leaving that nigga down there by himself. I know him from the streets. I know him from the town. That's my man. That's my bro. And I'm not asking for none of y'all to do nothing. I don't need none of y'all to hold me down. I don't want none of y'all to hold me down. I'm good. I got this. I'm going to hold my nigga down. These 2 guns is my guns, not y'all's. It's my shit. You know what I'm saying? I made these. So I'm not taking King's guns and arming somebody up. I'm taking my shit, arming myself up, and my nigga up. After that, whatever happens, happens. I love y'all niggas. And I dipped on them. I dipped on them. I left the court, went back to the flats. I told my son David to come spin with me, aka Nitty. I'm like, yo, come spin with me. He's spinning with me. I'm like, yo, I'm about to pass you an ice pick real quick. I passed him the pick. I got my shit. Then we post up on one of the benches on the flats. There's still people coming out to the yard. That other homie nigga that he had drama with, they're about to come out to the yard now. You feel me? So these niggas hit the yard. While I'm down there, two of my bros, right? Face, the bro Face and the bro Casino. Salute to the bro Face, salute to the bro Casino. So two of my bros, right? They come down to the flats. I see them. They spin in the flats. And they come over to me. They talk to me like, yo, Chulo, fuck that, we got you, you heard? I'm like, nah, y'all niggas good. Like, nah, nigga, I got you. Casino was doing stupid numbers, more numbers than me. He was there for robbing banks. Like, they killed motherfuckers, him and his moms and his wife, bro. That shit was like, yo, I was around some crazy motherfuckers on demon time, you heard? So my son Sino, he was doing like stupid life and facing the death penalty. I think in Colorado, he was still had a Fed charge. He was waiting to go to court for that. And then nigga Face, he's Suprema for LKG at the time. The nigga Face was like, yo, fuck it. He was just like, yo, Chulo, whatever, we gonna be spinning, we got you. I'm like, nah, y'all niggas is good. It's like, this ain't got nothing to do with that. Nah. They wasn't trying to hear it. So I'm like, all right, say less. So this nigga finally spins around, right? The dude that my son got beef with, right? They're in the yard now. They spin in the yard. They got eye contact. He hit him with the head nod. Yo, come on, come walk with me. So now it's like 4 blood niggas, and it's just him, and I go with him. So niggas is looking like, they know me but don't know me. They know I'm king. Some of them don't, because I told you I only been there a couple of weeks. I ain't make no noise yet there. I haven't done nothing. I'm just a regular smegular nigga in there, you feel me? But when he hit him with the head nod, like, yo, come on. He's like, yo, here we go. He gets up. He starts walking over to them while they spinning. So I see the setup. I'm like, yo, these niggas is already like, they gonna try to shoot this nigga from behind, because he had the dude that he's talking to with him in front. Then the other niggas is behind. So I come, and I'm like right between them. Now, my nigga Sino, my bro Sino, and Face pull up behind these niggas that I got in between, right? So we spinning, and now the Bloods is peeping in. They're like, yo, they know them niggas because them niggas been there longer than me, right? So they're like, yo, this nigga got these king niggas rocking with him, right? So that's what the nigga asked him, because like the nigga that he was talking to in the beginning, he was like, yo, what's up with these Latin king niggas? You fucking with these king with the burgers? He was like, yo, you fucking with these burgers or some shit like that? He said, right? Talking in codes. So my nigga Nitty was like, nah, that's my son from the town. I know him from the streets. You know what I mean? I know him from New York. So he was like, all right, you know what I mean? Hit me with the hat, with the nod, like, okay, what's going on, Chulo? I'm like, yo, what up? So they move up a little bit, and it's like we fucked up the game plan. So I see the nigga that he's talking to, the blood nigga. He's like, yo, homie, hold on a minute. He tells this nigga, hold on a minute. Then he calls the other homies that I was like behind, that was behind them. He pulls them over to the side, and he's like, yo, chops it up with them niggas. And then he goes back, chops it up with my man, and then he's like, yo, we just gonna walk by ourselves, Chulo, go stay right here. I'm like, you sure, nigga? He was like, yeah. So he left. He spun the yard with the blood dude that he had beef with, which is his homie. He spun the yard with the nigga, and me, Face, and Casino is there with the other 4 homies, not talking at all, bro, just there like this. Looking at each other, you heard? Niggas is looking, we like, just waiting. That shit, yo, the energy and the vibe and the max is crazy, twin. It is crazy. It's so different, right? So these niggas is spinning the yard, and by the time they come back around to it, I'll say they spun like 2 times, maybe 3 times. And by the time I started, like after that, I already knew nothing was gonna happen. Because if shit was gonna happen, it would have popped off already. So they was talking it out, literally. They was dead in it. I already kind of peeped that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, these niggas, they ain't gonna do nothing. And that's exactly what happened, twins. Nothing happened. All of that, and nothing happened. But I got in trouble with my bros, the other bros, like the First Crown and all them niggas, because I took it upon myself to dig out 2 weapons. They try to make it seem like I was taking and disarming my own bros. I'm like, those are my guns, my guns, my guns. I bought one of them and I made the other one. Like, those are my shits. I ain't like, yeah, they for the bros and all that, but those are mine. Nigga, I use those whenever the fuck I want. So when they brought me up on charges, it's literally like a trial. And this is after though, like the next day, like, yo, Chulo, you gotta come to the yard, mandatory, boom, boom. So niggas try to bring me up on charges. Yo, every time motherfuckers brought me up on charges, I ain't gonna lie, motherfuckers try to bring me up on charges a couple of times. Ain't nothing ever happened, bro. I ain't never get a violation in my life. The only violations I ever got was like maybe a multa, money. I ain't never get a physical. I gave physicals. I done gave mad violations, but I literally, hold on. I literally never like got violated by the bros like that ever. Because the only time I ever got brought up on charges is when I was like getting on my independent shit. I'm like, yo, you know what? Y'all do y'all, I'ma do me. And I'll deal with it later. That was my attitude a lot. Y'all do y'all, I'ma do me. Because I seen all the funny shit that was going down between all the motherfucking bros, and I wasn't with it. So anyway, the moral of the story is this. Loyalty over everything, you feel me? Love and loyalty at all times, twin. That's what that tat says. Love and loyalty at all times. So I live by that. Love and loyalty. If I rock with you, that means I love you, nigga. And if I love you, you got my loyalty. Salute to all my twins. Y'all already know what it is, man.